Good morning, Starshine. Says hello.
Aw. That wasn't even creepy.
Hey,
Now
Stephanie was doing Little Houses Made of Ticky Tack, and I was the only person who knew the song.
Thank you. Thank you, Charlie.
It was big in the 60s. I'm sure she remembers it from growing up.
Actually, it was big in the 50s.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Stephanie. Oh, honey.
I wasn't born in the city. Yes, he was, because Trump was going on about his little boxes, and I'm just saying.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
That's right. I was very impressed with the reference.
Thank you. By the way, we just mentioned about Hillary Clinton calling, what do you call it, people deplorables, and you said y'all were deplorable long before that. Yeah, and that was really kind based on what we're seeing today, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, but it was, it was a measure of how effective the right-wing echo chamber is. That it became a thing.
Yeah.
Just as defunding the police became a thing, even though I don't know anyone who's running on the defunding the police platform.
Yeah. Yeah, no, nobody did. I'm sure you're just as shocked as we are that Tulsi Gabbard has left the Democratic Party.
I am. I feel a great void in my life, yes. I feel like I may have to go void as my own mind.
Yes.
But anyway, yeah, it was really, I mean, she mustered up every Fox News, everything that's written on the Fox News ladies' room wall, and wrote it all down, and then just announced it on social media.
By the way,
not where the good Lord split you, lady.
No.
Wow. Okay. I was just mentioning about this. You also talked about Twitter flagging anti-vaccine guidance from DeSantis's Surgeon General, and you said the science-free state of Florida. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, half the West Coast, half the state's West Coast is floating out to sea right now.
Yeah. Right.
And yet, most of the presiding Republican Party doesn't believe that the event, the cause of the event is real.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bizarre.
Yeah. Well, you said, okay, you said we'll take that hurricane money back now for freedom.
Yeah. I don't. No, that was because his wife posted something about the free state of Florida.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh, Jody, your degree is from.
He's cute in his big white boots too. He's a big boy in his big white boots.
Oh, he's got Hello Kitty mooch.
I thought he looked like one of the Kilgore Rangerettes myself.
You had mentioned from the Chicago Sun-Times, a member of our well-regulated militia sees a car speeding down the street towards him. He tries to pull out his handgun and shoots himself in the groin. And you just said the Law and Order writers' room is already on it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Ripped from the headlines.
Yeah.
It's like, what's his name? The Oath Keeper, who,
Stuart Rhodes.
shot himself in the eye.
Yeah, only has one good eye.
Yeah,
because
one good eye.
Okay, that's what I said. Yeah.
Wow, that was impressive. Are those my cues? Yes. They should be dry by now. Take them out of the cornstarch before they scored.
By the way, Ron posted Cokie McCoke Spoon's latest rant on Junior. Junior tonight says he read somewhere that leftists want a nuclear war because it will help solve global warming. And you just said Sluggo the Snowman. Was a miserable, noisy wretch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't write the rest of the song. I left it up for everybody else to write the rest of the song. But good Lord, I mean, those things are getting weirder.
I know, is it? And once again, in talking about Hunter Biden's well-known, struggle with drug addiction, why is there not enough comment about how progressively coked up Don Jr. appears to be in every single one of these videos?
I hope it's a serious cocaine problem, because otherwise, that boy crazy.
Yeah.
That boy cray.
Yes. All right, let's talk about midterms. You wrote a piece.
Hey, I thought Tim Ryan did great last night.
Oh, right.
Yes.
I mean, I have my issues with Tim Ryan. He's he's the hard hat whisperer, and he's kind of a one-note piano on that. But boy, he showed you how to hang Donald Trump around another candidate's neck, like a dead raccoon. Yeah. I mean, that was just, he took your dignity. That's the way you do this.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean,
I don't know if it'll work.
The fact that Trump himself called J.D. Vance an ass.
Yeah, well, that was great too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody called him out on everything. He called him out on his, phony nonprofit for to treat, to help with the opioid epidemic. He called him out on the whole Trump ass kissing thing. Called him out on supporting the cops when he was raising money for the insurrectionists. I mean, he didn't miss a beat.
Yeah. This is, by the way, I asked for the numbers. Here's Charlie Pierce. Election denials will be on the ballot in 48 of 50 states.
Yep.
Okay.
And make up more than half of all Republicans running for congressional and state offices in the midterm elections. Nearly 300 Republicans seeking those offices this November have denied the outcome of the last presidential election. Many will win. More than 170 election deniers are running in districts or states where Republicans are expected to win. You said it is impossible to overstate the damage this situation could create. The big lie about 2020 already has poisoned politics for the next decade or so. It's accelerated the progress of the prion disease affecting the higher functions of the Republican Party, perhaps beyond recall. And electing these people will validate their delusions and set them in concrete. The Secretary of State will send their state's elections into utter chaos, and God alone knows what the new Congress critters will deface and vandalize.
Yep.
Charlie, that's really quite serious.
Yeah, that was.
And what
that
do
was,
we do about this?
To give proper credit, that was a survey or a compendium done by the Washington Post, which spent obviously it seems like 3 months putting the list together, and inside the numbers. Some of these people are really crazy. That guy in Nevada, that guy's gone to the zoo years ago.
Yeah.
And he's organizing the other secretaries of state.
Yeah. Well, and what you said, chaos really is the word. Because what happens when they start saying, oh, no, it's, your count might say the Democrat won, but no, we're going to, then what? Then what happens?
Well, yeah.
Then there's lawsuits, then it's chaos, right?
Well, and again, the solution is to elect a Democratic Senate in the fall. With a big enough margin so they can get rid of the filibuster and pass the Electoral Reform Act. One feature of which is to commit the states to, send their electors based on who won the popular vote in that state.
This one, can we give me 13 again?
For me, I would like to burn the Electoral College to the ground.
Yep. Yeah.
But that's like extreme. So
this is the guy on stage with Trump, right? Marchant.
Yeah.
He's running for.
He
says all this out loud. Charlie, just take a listen.
So we have something in common. President Trump and I lost an election in 2020 because of a rigged election.
No, you didn't.
I've been working since November 4th, 2020 to expose what happened. And what I found out is horrifying. And when I'm Secretary of State of Nevada, we're going to fix it. And when my coalition of Secretary of State candidates around the country get elected, we're going to fix the whole country. And President Trump is going to be president again in 2024.
We're going to fix it.
Yeah, we're gonna rig the election. He said
We're
out loud.
We're going to fix it. We're going to rig it right and proper.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Secretary of State.
To answer your question, I have no idea what the reaction would be if some state actually did that.
Right.
I don't think it would be good.
The Democratic candidate won by, 5-6 points in the popular vote, and then they just sent the electors for the losing candidate. I don't have any idea what would happen.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be good.
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah, well, and you said what we've been saying. We can't find our Queen Mary sound effect, but it is not a dog whistle anymore. It is a dog foghorn. You just wrote a piece, Tommy Tuberville and other Republicans are not bothering to hide the racism. You said we don't even have to mention Dr. Oz's alleged presiding over the murder of puppies, then following up that revelation with a photo op in front of one of Hitler's cars. We don't even have to involve ourselves with the endless cascade of white noise coming from Herschel Walker campaign in Georgia. We can leave those two things aside and still conclude the Republican Party is bound and determined to have us ruled by people who we would not otherwise wish to share a subway car. Yes, you said the former president is out there holding wank fests again in Arizona and Nevada. At those events, he concocted a strange tale concerning George H.W. Bush. We already played all this, the bowling alley Chinese restaurant.
Somebody actually went and looked at the origin story for that.
Right.
And apparently they were waiting to finish his library at Texas A&M.
Yes.
And they had a former Chinese restaurant. I guess that part is accurate. Yes. Where they stored a bunch of memorabilia.
NARA did. They were in control of it, and they stored it there while they sorted through it.
Yeah, but it wasn't documents. It was his childhood baseball glove.
Right.
And a big head from one of his conventions.
Right. Yes.
It's basically his attic.
Right. Yeah. Right. You said amid the crackling spark gaps in that brain pan, the storage of old baseball equipment became boxes of national secrets, a fantasy that he decided to share with members of the cult who likely don't know squat about any of this, but now they are convinced there were nuclear codes stuffed into abandoned bowling shoes. I mean, this is what I'm saying. His morons just lap up anything he says. And
Right.
Okay.
And
Yes.
then it turns up in Mima's Facebook feed.
Yeah.
You know.
So then you got onto the basic, the what are we calling it? Racist foghorn that Tommy Tuberville just engaged in. What was that? Where was his speech? Wherever.
That was in one of the rallies.
That was
One
in
of the
Nevada,
rallies,
yeah.
and then
No, those Arizona.
and then
Those
more-
Arizona.
and then old MTG decided to go full replacement theory.
Yeah.
And T minus G.
Yeah.
Yes.
And-
Yes.
Yeah. No more G.
Yeah. No, they've dispensed with dog whistle entirely.
Well, do
haven't
we
they?
know if is her maiden, and I use the word extremely loosely, is her maiden name Taylor or Green?
Yeah, because I think his last name is Green.
His last name is Green.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless she just married
She-
someone.
they
in another
hyphenated
family.
it.
Chris Lavoie has done due diligence again.
She hyphenated
Yeah,
the name.
She's been
unless-
degreened.
Like Travis said, unless she married into her own family.
They are
And
from
then there is
Georgia.
that.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da. Wah, wah.
Maybe there's a long line of three-toed sloths.
That could explain the three toes. This could solve our problem.
All right. Well, Charlie.
All right, the universal string theory of Marjorie Taylor Greene. There we go.
I was going to say, I want to.
You're the only one with an ancestry account that's a Mobius strip.